online reputation, managing your reputation, trying to figure out what people are saying about you or your company on the internet, how to deal with negative comments, how to deal with good comments, and really just maneuvering your way through social media, online marketing, and really just being able to distinguish yourself in your city as the go-to person for whatever product and service you offer. I know I have a lot of new followers here. To introduce myself, my name is Nikita Waterman. I am a very passionate social media manager, branding consultant, and marketing writer. I've been in this business for 6 years. I've helped different companies from CBC News contractually, the government of Alberta, Intuit QuickBooks, etc. In addition to that, I was a blogger in 2018. I have blog features on CNBC Make It, HuffPost, etc. I've been doing this online marketing, social media thing for quite some time, and I've seen the industry evolve. I love the way the online interaction between people. Hi, thanks for joining, Annie. Hi, thanks for joining Ace Auto. Today, the topic is about online reputation. I'm going to be talking about how to deal with negative comments, how to deal with trying to figure out what people are saying about you and your business, even if it's not on Google review, and just basically how to deal with customers in a positive, negative way. I know many of you here are here in Edmonton, and you want to be known for what you do best in your city, and the only way to do that is not just some of the things I talk about regularly, marketing, branding, social media, etc., but it's managing some of the things that you see online about your company and what you can do to resolve that. So I'll get straight into it since everybody here is on time. The first thing that you want to do is think about your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. In business, we call this a SWOT analysis. And I say this because if you know what your strengths are as far as feedback that you're getting from your customers, how well you're doing on social media, even when it comes down to just providing a great service to people, that's your strength and nobody can take that from you. And that's what makes you stand out compared to all of your competition. So example, I've used Ace Auto Spa. They were great. The one thing I loved about working with you, Ace Auto Spa, coming all the way to your area in, I believe, Sherwood Park, is you did my detailing for my car great. You did a good job in cleaning it. You were kind. You asked me, is it okay if I can move your car here? And at the end of the day, when I think about you, Ace Auto Spa, I think about the customer service that you offered, the fact that you saved me an hour or two in cleaning my car and showing up for me even on a Sunday. Hi, thanks for joining. The topic today is online reputation. I'm just getting into a bit of conversation about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I was saying that I did a car detailing with Ace Auto Spa, who's here on the line, and their strength, in my opinion, from a customer standpoint was they delivered, they cleaned my car properly, they were very kind. They even said, you know, go home and you can send an Interac payment instead of kind of, oh, can you go to the ATM and come back? That was a great customer service experience. So thanks for that, Ace Auto. If everyone, I know Annie's here on the line. I want to give you guys examples so that you can get your online reputation on point from a perspective of people knowing you here on Instagram and in your city, since all of us are here in Edmonton. So your strengths are really important. You want to take a look at your competition strengths as well. Oh, you're welcome. Take a look at the strengths of your competition. Get an understanding of what they're doing differently than you, because I definitely always repeat, don't try to be a copycat of your competition, because people in your area will tell the difference and they'll just pick between who has the better pricing if the both of you are the same. But if your competitor is, let's say Ace Auto, or let's say Annie, for example, the private Tory Blacks. Let's say, Annie, you start going mobile, or your competition starts going mobile, and you're like, wow, they're getting a big chunk of the customer base here in Edmonton because they're going mobile. That's an example of a competitive strength, to know, okay, I have a store here on White Avenue, but my competitors are going mobile. And then you sit back with your business partners and you ask each other, should we invest in mobile opportunities? Should we go to people's homes and start doing waxing services, or Ace Auto Spa, auto dealing services, which I think you guys do as well. You guys go to different customers. If if anybody else here on the line has a different industry, let me know and I'll give you examples as I go on. Your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, whether it's not showing up on social media every day or maybe forgetting to respond to people's comments on LinkedIn or here on Instagram. So try to think about your weaknesses and how you can improve that, especially here in 2020 and beyond. Think about your competitor's weakness. What are they not doing? If you're doing a really great job here on Instagram, is your competition not on other sites like Facebook? Are they not on TikTok? Is your competition not on LinkedIn? Oh, well, my competition is not LinkedIn. I can name a few companies in this city that do the same thing I do, but they're not active on LinkedIn. So what do, ladies and gentlemen? I go extra on LinkedIn. Hi, thanks for calling. Thanks for joining CLX Content. The topic today here is online reputation. I just finished up on strengths, your competition strengths and your strengths, and honing in on that so you can stand out here on Instagram or in your city. Now I'm talking about weaknesses. So that's an example. Other weaknesses that your competition has is, are they non-responsive? Are they not doing email marketing campaigns? Are they not doing online events like going live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, etc. to connect with their audience? Now, if you know, oh, my competition is not going live on Instagram, wow, that's a great opportunity for you to come here on Instagram once a month, once a week when you're comfortable and show your personality, answer questions, especially if your customer base follows you and 5 other competitive companies in your same industry in your city. Opportunities to improve. Now that we're here in COVID-19, the world seems to be going global, or not global, but digital. So your opportunity might be to spend more time doing webinars, putting your webinar on an Eventbrite, putting it out a month in advance, letting people know, for example, Ace Auto, that you're going to have a webinar on how to make sure that you don't choose the wrong dealership, or make sure that you choose the right detailer in your city. And you do a webinar full of information, and again, you answer questions, you show up, you show your team, you have fun, you make jokes of each other, and that's how you build out on your opportunities to expand. Some other people here, CLX Content, for example, I'm not sure if you only offer content services in your location, but if you're global, or if you're virtual, why not go global? Why not start using hashtags in other countries? I'll give you an example. On the weekend, I did top emerging cities for the industries that I was looking for, and I did that for Canada, the United States, Asia, and Africa, and I'm actually using different hashtags, which on LinkedIn, for example, because the reach is much more better, I'm getting followers on LinkedIn from South Africa, from Sweden, from Germany, etc., because I'm using different hashtags and things like that. So you might want to consider that. What are your opportunities to grow? What are your opportunities to expand so that you can be known for one particular thing in your city or on the internet? Threats. So threats are basically, as you know, COVID-19, that has been a threat to many different companies, not just here in Edmonton, globally. You can't always figure out what is coming, but sometimes if you have your ear glued to CBC News, CTV News, etc., you can kind of know what's going on in different, the economy or different areas that are connected to your industry. I'll give you an example. Construction companies here in our city, Edmonton, CLX Content, I'm not sure if you live in Alberta, Canada, but our province is backed on oil and gas industry. So the companies, the real estate companies and businesses that had a lot of oil and gas clients, unfortunately, when oil and gas goes up and down in my city or in my province, they're negatively impacted. So when you know your threats that are potentially coming, like for example, there's this talk on the news that in the next 5 to 10 years, doctors are going to be, you're in the U.S.? Okay, great. So there's this new thing on the news and technology that doctors are going to be replaced by robots. So what should doctors do. I'm not sure what they should do, but they should start running very, very fast, like Michael Jordan on the court, and figure out how they can pivot, meaning how they can change their direction in business so that when doctors or dentists are replaced by robots, they can do something different, maybe consulting, etc. So think about the SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. When you have time, if you're interested, just take a piece of paper, put 4 different sections. Hey, thanks for joining, and put all of these things with your strengths, your weaknesses, and then put your competitors' strengths and weaknesses. And once you start to recognize what they are, you can focus on all of these things, and then you'll blow your competition out of the park. You won't even have competition if you know each and every one of these things to the T. Another thing with online reputation, as you know, sometimes people get trolling comments. I don't get trolling comments here on Instagram, but I'm on TikTok, and TikTok to me, it's like the worldwide everything. Once in a while, I'll get a trolling comment, but the trolling comment can be in the, hey, thanks for joining. A trolling comment can be in the form of a bad Google review or somebody actually writing bad blogs about your company. And the worst thing that you can do as a company or a brand is ignore the fact that somebody put a negative comment on your Google review. And I say this because not too long ago I was working with a marketing agency. I did a blog for them on why it's important to manage your reviews or manage your reputation online by doing a Google search with your name or the name of your company, and how to deal with that. And one of the things that I found is companies that respond within 24 hours to negative Google reviews, they actually look much more better to people who see that review. Hi, thanks for joining, Enrica. Than people who ignore and do not respond. So I'll take, for example, let's say there's a dealership down the street and they received a review from somebody that they bought a car. The car was a bad car. After about 2 weeks, the car totally broke down and they had to fix the engine, the transmission, and that person went on their Google review and said the most terrible things that you can think of to damage the reputation, of course, because they were, thanks for joining, Jen, because they were upset. Okay, just give me a moment, Jen, and I'll add you into the chat. So the best thing that dealership can do is respond and say, we apologize that you experienced this. Can we get your contact information so that we can resolve it? And to respond within 24 hours. I say that because, again, I did my research. Studies show that when somebody comes on an online review and they see a negative, or even on social media, if they put a negative comment on your Instagram page or video, whatever, and you ignore it, I would do too. If I didn't see that the company responded and they didn't come up with a solution, I personally I'd be like, that's a little sketchy. Are they ignoring them because they know that they're not good with products and services? Did something happen here? So definitely respond. Okay, Jen, let me see if I can join you in to the conversation. Respond to your online reviews. And respond to your positive reviews. Don't ignore them too. If somebody says that you are the best thing since sliced bread, respond to them and thank them, and even offer them a gift card or something just to show that you're responsive, that you care. You want to build an online reputation and a brand that goes beyond 2020. And the best way to do that is every few weeks, just Google the name of your company, Google it, check it out on Instagram, check it out on Twitter, wherever you live. You never know. Somebody might have left a comment and you have no idea that it's sitting there, but respond to it. See if you can take that conversation offline so that you can resolve it. And don't delete negative comments. Keep them there. The last thing you want to do is delete it. That person sees it and they go back in and say that you deleted it, etc. What else can I say here for online reputation? I keep telling this all the time. Some of the best ways to continue to build your brand, your reputation for what you do best in your city or locally. Okay, looks like you can't join, Jen. I'm not sure if it's your internet connection, but if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. I'll be more than happy to help. Try to get on the social media apps where your customers are located. So I did some research for each and every one of you, and I found that the top social media apps for business to business and business to consumer companies are Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter actually came up as one of the top ones. LinkedIn kind of came in the middle, and surprisingly enough, TikTok came at the end. These things are evolving. That research was done earlier this year. I don't know if that will shift. I don't know if TikTok will replace Instagram. I'm not sure if LinkedIn will replace Instagram, but I know that these are, thanks for joining. These are the apps where you want to be on. You want to create original content. It could be something simple. So, for example, some of you saw the recent photos that I took of this event. That's my first time actually getting out of my house and going to an outdoor event this summer. And I just took a couple of photos of entrepreneurs that actually follow me, and we follow each other here on Instagram. I put up the post, had a nice little comment, and I tagged them. It's really that simple. You don't have to look perfect picture in all of your content. That's similar to a post that I shared specifically for women. Back in the day, 5 years ago on Instagram, everybody was made up, the hair was flowing, and everybody had on their best look. And that's great, but looking perfect is not going to help you here in 2020 from a branding and reputation perspective. Let's see if Jan can join on the line. Does anybody have any questions about online reputation? I can say that for myself. Hi, Jan. Hi, can you hear me?
How are you?
Good, how are you? It looks like maybe your camera is facing the other way. Maybe you might want to switch the camera to your face. Okay. Did you have any questions about building an online reputation on the internet or in your city?
I am from Pakistan.
Okay. I can't really hear you, Jan, but I'm just going to close this because I can't really hear you. Some other people might have questions, but feel free to leave your comments below. Any concerns or feedback, questions or concerns that you have about building your reputation for what you do. Let me know in the comments what you do, Jan, because I should be able to give you some more context about how you can stand out. Okay, so get back to it. I know I keep talking a lot about the online strategy of being on social media, being present. I say that because last year we can kind of get away with not being active on LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. But 2020, consumers are living on these apps. Okay, so CLX content says, I know you said look up hashtags in different countries. Yes, that's right. That's what I do. I do that here every once in a while. How should we go about doing that? Okay, let me know what app you're talking about. Are you talking about Instagram? Are you talking about LinkedIn? So I'll give you an example of a strategy that I do while you're typing. Because I'm virtual, I can help anybody on the planet. So because I'm in Mountain Daylight Time, I'm actually 2 hours behind Eastern Standard Time. That's most of the Caribbean areas, most of New York, Toronto, Instagram. Okay, so what I do, CLX content, since you are probably also global too, when I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I know that I'm not going to put a hashtag for Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Edmonton, because my fellow Western Canadians, they're probably sleeping at that time. So my mind says, who's awake right now at 6 a.m. my time? The East Coast. So I do hashtag Toronto business, Toronto entrepreneur, and I kind of just go from that. Best advice I can give you on hashtags is try to make sure that you choose the hashtags that are 200,000 in volume and lower than that. If you are choosing hashtags like Instagram that probably has, who knows, 2-3 million volume of people that post regularly, I'm not saying that you won't be found, but I'm saying that your post or video is going to compete with the millions of people who use that. So me specifically, I try to stick with the hashtags that are about 200,000 in volume and below. And the way that you find that is I put my hashtags in comments for each post. And then I put Toronto, for example. I'll put Toronto hairstylist, for example. And if I see that it's under 200,000, I try to stay in that sweet spot of 200,000. If it's like 15,000, I'd say go ahead with that, unless it's a small town like Cincinnati or Raleigh, North Carolina. If it's like New York City and you're looking at 15,000 range, there's a lot of people in New York City, so try to stay in the 200,000, like 200, 100 something thousand sweet spot, and that will definitely help you. I don't know about you guys, but I've been noticing that on my stories here on Instagram, people with the blue check mark, I don't know if they bought their followers, I don't know if they're social influencers, but I see a lot of them looking at my stories, and I'm scratching my head every day wondering how the hell are these people finding me, because I don't use Los Angeles or anything else like that, but it's the same people looking at my stories every time, and they have hundreds of thousands of followers. So another thing that I want to do to help you with online reputation here on Instagram specifically is if there are people that are following you on Instagram, they are bots. Most likely. Probably some of them are bots, some of them aren't. I'm not sure. I don't want to point fingers, but yeah, avoid buying fake bots, everybody. But here on Instagram, try to avoid, unfollow people that haven't followed you, communicated with you in about 30 days. You can do that by clicking on your followers and checking to see who exactly, it actually shows you now who you haven't communicated with 30 days, who you've communicated. Check through that. I'm not saying that do that all at one time, because I think that messes up your rank on Instagram. Unfollow those people, and I'm saying that not to be mean. I'm just saying that when let's say you're following 5,000 people, and out of the 5,000 people in a given month, only 1,000 of those people follow you. It kind of tells Instagram, this post isn't really that great, because this person's following 5,000 people and only 1,000 people in that given month are actually communicating, liking, commenting, sending messages, looking at their stories, etc. So every once in a while, just check it out. If you haven't sent a message to that person, unfollow them. I say that not so that you can look cool because you're following less people than people are following you, but you want to build a community, you want to build a reputation, you want to really be in the sweet spot with people who are communicating with your content every day, so that you can be successful, and Instagram and other sites will rank your post higher so that people with the blue check mark or whoever it is on the planet will actually start noticing your content. So that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Have no fear. I'm going live every single day, Monday through Friday, the same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did a survey on my stories. If you want to participate, great. Looks like most people want to hear TikTok for business tomorrow. I'll just give you a little bit. I went from 25 followers on TikTok 3 months ago, and I have over 1,000 now. And I'm seeing different things, I'm seeing different companies, I'm seeing different brands. TikTok just opened a program where they're going to be giving, thank you. TikTok just opened a program of about $200 million US in total, where they're going to start giving content creators, meaning people like you and me who are creating content, brand deals. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm posting at maximum capacity so that I can get found if they do choose to launch that out for Canadian TikTokers. So join me tomorrow if you're interested in TikTok for business. Let me know if you have any questions. I think I'm going to wrap this up because I'm trying not to go past 30 minutes here. But I will upload this video for anyone who came in kind of late. And I'll keep it on for about an hour, 90 minutes. I'm going to remove it, though, so that I could screen record it, put this longer version on my YouTube channel, and then I'll splice it up tomorrow morning. I'll share about 3 minutes. So thanks for joining me. I hope that the SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats gives you some ideas to help you launch your business and stand out from people in your city or on Instagram, etc. And I hope that you have a new strategy for dealing with trolls or trolling comments, negative comments on your reviews, so that it doesn't just sit there or you don't just erase it, because people are smart. If you don't respond, they'll check back. If they see that you erased it, they'll go back and maybe they might leave a comment and explain that you erased it. So thank you for joining, everybody. Stay tuned for more content. And again, tomorrow, TikTok for Business, going live on Instagram, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. Bye.